So this video is to start explaining my journey starting 3 months ago. It's been a journey throughout my existence, and I would be referring to steps previous because it has made me who I am today. Doesn't matter how many times you trip on a step, I've learned tripping just makes you see things in a different way. You keep on stepping. Um, Anybody that knows me and has been around me will tell you for me to sit here and make this video is truly amazing. 3 months ago, I had 3 different warrants for my arrest, all pertaining to unpaid child support. Now, I know a lot of you out there, as soon as I say that, oh, well, I'm a bad person and I'm this and I'm that, but unless you know the situation, you can't really talk about it. And that's one of the things about this journey you'll learn is you truly have to let go of society judgment. But that's for another video. Anyways, to show you my journey and to show everyone you really do create your own reality, I called the prosecutor of one of the warrants. I started doing some research and realized what they were doing was wrong. I called the prosecutor, I explained my case. This was on a Thursday afternoon at approximately 4:33. By Monday morning, I had a letter in the mail stating that my court costs and fines were waived and the warrant was dismissed. After that, that gave me even more empowering energy and more positive energy to realize that, okay, there's something here. So, as people were telling me that I was crazy and telling me there was no way that I could get rid of felony warrants and warrants, for that matter, just because I'm willing it in my head, I took on the attitude of watch me. Well, I went and ended up having a felony warrant dismissed. I wrote the judge, I wrote a U.S. attorney for the state that I'm in, I wrote the attorney general, I wrote the attorney general of America, Jeff Sessions, and I even wrote President Trump via the White House page, explaining my case and how I was being violated, basically, on my rights. Well, about a week after all those letters went out, there was word that got back to me saying that where I addressed the letters from was surrounded by state troopers. And I received a message that my plan, quote unquote, backfired on me. I kind of chuckled. Was I nervous? Yeah. Did I have any idea what was going on? No. I just knew that now was the time. So I said, okay. I decided to start, making arrangements of turning myself in. Well, I wrote a couple more letters, I did some more research, and I went in on a Thursday night and I had called the warrant officer of the warrant that Thursday. Well, come to find out on that phone call, the felony warrant was gone. Like, there was no felony warrant. And then told me that I only had one misdemeanor warrant and that there was no way that it was going to be, dissolved without me showing up. So I said, okay, I'll see you in the morning. He didn't seem to have faith. I kind of chuckled because I knew the universe was on my side and energy was empowering me through the guidance of angels. So I went in Thursday night and I sat there and I had a phone call with him Friday morning on the phone, because the way it works in this state is the warrant officer will call you on a phone in jail and you talk to him. Well, that conversation lasted a couple minutes and told me I would see the judge. Well, it's quite funny because the whole time I was last to go on Friday. They put me in front of the judge at 4:20. And the whole time I was sitting there thinking, you know what? He's making me go last because I done upset him and everything else. And I had that whole mentality until I got home Tuesday night. And needless to say, he told me that I had to spend the weekend, that it was an intriguing case and that it needed to be looked further into. When I got out Tuesday, somebody told me, you didn't go last because of, you upsetting him. You went last because the judge knew what he was going to do with you and didn't need the other people coercing him or getting upset seeing that in the beginning. And when I was told that by this individual, it was like a light that went off, and I says, I'm so thankful for that. And I've learned gratitude and thankfulness is truly the key and the fast forward button of life. It really is. This physical world is truly powered by positive energy and gratitude. And as you follow this journey with me, you'll see this. It's quite amazing. As I was before I went in, I told my wife, I said, look, I'll be back. America's Got Talent is the show we love watching together. And I told her, I said, I'll be back before the next America's Got Talent. I won't miss it. I said, we'll be watching it together. And she said, I know. And you could tell she had a little bit of a doubt. But I mean, come on, with my situation, anybody that knew me was doubtful. But I had enough positive affirmation in myself to know that I would be sitting here today. And here I am sitting here today. Shortly after I got out last Tuesday, I sat there and I said, okay, universe, you woke me up. I can see what's going on. I said, but I need to be able to see. I said, I got to be able to see everything you're showing me. I got to be able to see at the finest detail. And I sat outside, and what I thought was just a few minutes, and I have a screenshot. And the screenshot is of a YouTube that I was listening to. When I started it, it was 8:30 in the morning. When I hit pause, it was 8:34. But if you look at the YouTube video, it was a 3-hour video telling me that it was 1 hour and 9 minutes had passed. Now, you can call it what you will, but that tells me right there that you really do travel your own mind. And in that time, after I opened my eyes, now I had my glasses on before this. I used to wear my glasses all the time. And for 15 minutes of sitting out here, my nose kept itching. There was no bug, no hair, no nothing. And I finally took them off and I threw them on the porch and I said, fine, universe, you don't want me to wear them, I won't wear them. When I took them off, the itching stopped. No more annoyance. Well, after that is when I had the experience and I went traveling for what I thought was a couple minutes. And when I opened my eyes again, I could see every little needle on a pine tree standing 40 feet away. I could go look on the concrete and see little pebbles and grains of sand. Now, anybody that knows me will tell you that I couldn't see a water bottle cap on the kitchen floor that blended with another shade of blue. And now I can see a grain of sand on concrete. So that tells me, again, that the universe and energy is real. I don't care what anybody says. And you can label it as you will, because that is what mankind has been molded to do. Everybody out there that is following something, that believes in something, you're right. Don't let anybody tell you wrong. I don't care if it's Islam. I don't care if it's Hinduism. I don't care if it's shamanism, Christianity. If you're truly following the sacred books of the religion, they are all based on one and the same. And that is the energy force throughout the universe that exists within you. I promise, I've experienced it myself. Like anybody around me will tell you. A lot of people around me, we were all negative, including myself. Like I had the screw it attitude. I didn't care, whatever. It was my attitude. And I'll tell you what, over the last 3 months, it really has changed 6 people around me. And it's truly amazing and a miracle to watch the transformation. I read somewhere from a great philosopher that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now think of that. The 5 people you spend the most time with, you're the average of. So if you take and change one person, that changes the whole average. Which brings truth to the saying that has always been said, it only takes one to make change. The people around me are proof. I've been more positive and it made other people more positive. Someone close to me is enjoying something for the first time in his life that he was deserved of for 8 years. And you know what? Everything happens at the right time. It may not be your time, but everything happens at the right universe time. And the one close to me can vouch for that, as he is just living a dream and just seeing things he hasn't seen in a long time. It's truly, truly amazing. and I'm so grateful for it. And I, I say gratefulness is the key, and it really is, because the more I'm grateful for, even the smallest detail, the more I see. The more I see, the more I believe. The more I believe, the more I think. The more I think, the more it becomes actions. The more actions that I do, the more my reality becomes. Therefore, you do create your own reality. That's another one to think about. People think that you say create your own reality and it means instant, but it's not. However, you do create your own reality, because if you sit there right now as you listen to this and think 3 months ago from the time you're sitting here listening and watching this, and think about the thoughts that you had, you're living 90% of them, whether you know it or not. And it's truly mind-blowing once you see that. And when you see that, it shows you have control of whatever you want to do and whatever you want to be. So, as this is going to take long enough to upload, I will have another video soon, and I hope y'all are truly enjoying this, because this is a miraculous journey that is just eye-opening, overwhelming, and heart-stopping. I truly love it, and I am so grateful for it. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll be back.